यस वी आर लाइव। लास्ट टाइम जब संदीप भैया आए थे तो मैं एक बात बताना चाहूंगा। इतने ज्यादा लोगों ने उनके टॉक्स को पसंद किया और इतने ज्यादा लोगों ने मुझे बोला कि नेक्स्ट टाइम कब वो आ रहे हैं, कब वो आ रहे हैं। तो इट वाज अ वेट फॉर आई गेस मोर देन अ ईयर, और टुडे ही इज हियर। उनके बारे में एक स्पेशलिटी बताऊंगा मैं। उन्होंने वो जब भी टॉक देते हैं वो इतना ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग और इतना ज्यादा डीप होता है। सॉरी मैं माफी चाहूंगा, मेरा थोड़ा सा गला ठीक नहीं है, लेकिन एनर्जी बहुत हाई है क्योंकि मैं कल गुरुदेव से मिलके आया। और तो मैं बता रहा था कि संदीप भैया का जो टॉक है वो एक फिजिक्स ऑफ प्राणायामा करके है, वो आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग ऐप पे भी इट इज इन द टॉप लिस्ट, आप लोग जाके जरूर देखिएगा। और आज वो हमारे बीच है। बहुत सारे जन को यकीन नहीं हो रहा है तो वो थोड़ा चुटी काट के देख सकते हैं, ही इज राइट हेयर राइट नाउ। एंड तीन चीजें जो आपको इस सेशन में मिलती है वो एक तो ये है कि आपके चेहरे पे स्माइल आती है। दूसरा, आपकी लाइफ सेलिब्रेशन बनती है जब आप ऐसे नॉलेज सेशंस में बैठते हो तो। एंड थर्ड, आप औरों के भी जीवन में ढेर सारी खुशियां लेके आते हो। यही गुरुदेव का विजन है, गुरुदेव के विजन को अपना मिशन बना लिया है। एंड ऐसे ऐसे आगे बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। इट्स कंप्लीटिंग 3 इयर्स। संदीप भैया के बारे में ही बताना चाहूंगा मैं, जो लोग नए हैं पहली बार देख रहे हैं उनके लिए। So talking about him, he is by training a PhD chemical engineer from IIT Bombay, by passion a volunteer meditation instruction with Art of Living Foundation. He is a creator of widely popular talk Physics of Pranayama, which is trending in Art of Living app. He hosts a live free webinar, Chai and Why, covering some of the aspects of spirituality or science, generally focused on science, land, or spirituality of things. He lives life at the intersection of science and spirituality. He shares his insights on science of spiritual things on medium.com and on his and on his podcast little something about knowledge, a little something about everything, on the YouTube Physics of Pranayama channel on Instagram. Links to his online content is linktree/Sandeep Karode. And today he is here with us. Sandeep Bhaiya, what's the thing about knowledge? एंड सेशन से पहले आपने ना मुझे एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सी बात बोली, वो मेरे दिमाग में बैठ गई कि वो 3 डॉट्स लगाना मत भूलना। तो वो क्या था, क्योंकि आप जो भी चीज कर रहे हो आई गेस बहुत सारी चीजें इसके पीछे बैकग्राउंड में इन्वॉल्व है। तो आई लाइक टू नो मोर अबाउट इट। क्या आप इतने स्पेसिफिकली भी आपने मुझे बताया वो 3 डॉट्स भूलना मत।
3 dots. Who noticed the 3 dots in the flyer? Tell me. Show me hands. Who noticed the 3 dots in the flyer? The two to theek hai yaar. I know you, Abhishek, but who else? Prat says me. So here's the thing about knowledge. You want to know? I don't think there is no enthusiasm. Do you want to know the thing about knowledge? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So tell me, when was Art of Living started? Which year approximately?
1983.
Huh? 83. Huh? Right?
83, 1983.
Okay. If I tell you, okay, now tell me, in an intro talk of the Art of Living, what do you tell people? What do you tell people? That if your mind is all muddled up in random thoughts and your feelings are down, if you're feeling heavy, not so energetic, then come take the Art of Living course. Yes or no? Is that not the intro talk? Yes? So when was Art of Living started? 1983, right? If I tell you that the intro talk of the art of living was already publicly available well before 1983, will you believe me? कैसे हो सकता है ना? आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग ही नहीं है तो उसका इंट्रो टॉक कैसे हो सकता है? Do you want to listen to the intro talk of the art of living, which was happening even before 1983? Huh? Okay, सुनो. This is the intro talk of the art of living. Sir, जो तेरा चक्रा है, if your mind is all muddled up with thoughts, दिल डूबा जाए, if your feelings are not high up, आजा प्यारे पास हमारे, काहे घबराए? Huh? Why are you afraid? है कि नहीं? What else? और क्या बोलते हैं? हैं? It gets even better than that, है ना? What does it happen next? what all problems are we solving? We are solving relationship problems, है कि नहीं? क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग कोर्स में? चल तो आजा कोर्स में relationship. This is the art of living intro song. It gets even better than that, है ना? Let's look at it. Yeah. Intro talk. This song came out well before 1983. How do you know Guruji was not inspired by this song to start Chal, I will start Art of Living? It could very well happen like this. तानसेन आ गया, है ना? Amazing है. So this is the thing about knowledge. Knowledge can come from anywhere. Knowledge is not only given by a guru. Knowledge can come from anywhere. A person on the street can teach you. Are you listening? Movies can teach you. Are you watching? And if you are listening to knowledge, are you imbibing it? Or are you just listening to it as a story? How many of you taken Patanjali Yoga Sutras? How many have done Patanjali Yoga Sutras? Show me hand. Huh? So if you take Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and if I tell you कि एक sentence में बोलना Patanjali Yoga Sutras, what is it about? What will you say? बोलो. You can write in the chat or you can unmute yourself and speak.
Discipline.
Summarize. Okay, discipline. फिर what else? Discipline. Okay. That's it. Everybody has done Patanjali Yoga Sutras and have no idea how to Sthiram Sukham Asana. That is Patanjali Yoga Sutras. In the whole thing of Patanjali is Sthiram Sukham Asana. Obstacles in the path. Okay. Come on. This is a test whether knowledge has sunk in or not. I think it has just gone above the head.
In YouTube, someone is saying, Aditi ji, yam niyam.
Okay.
Way of life.
Way of life. That is Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Okay. Types of kleshas and how to overcome them. Okay. ये सब अगर आपने सुना, somebody tells you, it is types of kleshas, how to overcome them. It is yama, niyama, whatever. It is what somebody says, obstacles, something. आप करोगे क्या पतंजलि योग सूत्र? Will you do it? Will you listen to it? Honestly tell me, if I say कि यार पतंजलि योग सूत्र means yama, niyama, or it means obstacles on the path, or it means क्या था? स्थिरम सुखम आसनम. If I say all this stuff, will you do Patanjali Yoga Sutras? Tell me. Honestly, bolo, will you do it? No, you will not do it. I can guarantee you, you will not do it. But if I tell you this, Patanjali Yoga Sutras is a guaranteed path to enlightenment. आप झक मार के करोगे तुम लोग सब लोग साले, है ना? This is what Patanjali Yoga Sutras is. It is the guaranteed path to enlightenment. If you follow the steps, enlightenment is guaranteed. This is the difference between knowledge and understanding it. Why is Patanjali Yoga Sutras not becoming like this? Do you know why? Because we have not understood. We have listened to Guruji's high level talk. Some of it has made no sense. But we are not brave enough to even admit कि यार कुछ समझा नहीं. Everybody is thinking, हाँ मेरे को तो सब समझ गया है. Okay, tell me. बोलती बंद हो जाती है. When you say tell me, you cannot tell. So we did a deep dive. We did a deep dive into Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Some of them are here on the session. Where we looked at every sutra that Guruji says, and I looked at it from the point of view of physics. And it is beautiful, even though I'm saying it myself. It is really amazing. It makes it real for people. They can hold on to it now because physics is the science of the physical world. And it is easier to understand things when you explain from the point of view of the physical world. Spiritual knowledge, when interpreted from the point of view of physics, becomes real. You can hold on to it. You will never forget it. And I was not going to make it available for the public. But then people said, Bhaiya, you have to make it available for the public. So I have now made it available for the public. Each and every one of you can watch Guruji's talk of Patanjali Yoga Sutras on your, it's on the Art of Living app. And then you can watch the discussion of that video. So the discussions be recorded, all the physics stuff that I do. And it will make sense to you. The knowledge becomes real. Only when the knowledge becomes real does it become empowering. Knowledge, is it empowering or no? Tell me. Okay. Knowledge, is it heavy or light? What's your experience of knowledge? When you listen to knowledge, do you feel heavy कि यार इतना सब rules follow करने का है, कैसे होगा life में? Or do you feel light? Tell me. You wanted to know the thing about knowledge, right? Light if understood. Yeah, qualified mother. Tell me what your answer is. If this, then that, it's all theoretical stuff. For you, is knowledge heavy or light? Most of the time, knowledge is heavy. है कि नहीं? Knowledge is never heavy. I give you a story. There was a teacher walking on the path, not on the path, on a path in the forest. Along with him was some of his students. And the teacher asked the students, look at that big rock in the middle of the road. Massive boulder was there. The teacher asked the students, is that boulder heavy? Students said, yes, Master, the boulder is heavy. The teacher simply smiled. The boulder is heavy only if you have to lift it. समझ में आ रही बात कि नहीं? Only if you have to lift it is the boulder heavy. Same with knowledge. Knowledge को कंधे पे लेके घूमना नहीं है. Then it becomes very heavy. You have to live it. And to live it, you have to first transition from simply listening to the words to translating those words into practical stuff that you can do. If you don't do that, forget about it. You can listen to Patanjali Yoga Sutras 500 times. You will still be here only. And we did it the hard way. It was not easy for me to do all this physics interpretation. But once it is done, it becomes so practical. There are people here, you can put their comments in the chat and you will see. It is incredible and it's available. Okay, so now Patanjali is done. So what is the one line for Patanjali? Guaranteed path to enlightenment. Okay. Now you'll do Patanjali, right? Once I tell you this. Guaranteed path to enlightenment, you will learn. Huh? Okay. Everybody has done Ashtavakra also. Describe Ashtavakra to me in one sentence. Now you know it's a tricky question. Now nobody will say something because you know that Sala answer to Fattu Yoga. Don't worry, just say your answer. Doesn't matter. Whatever is the answer, just say it. Ashtavakra bolo. क्या हो गया? बोलती बंद हो गया डायरेक्टली? अरे, what happened? Vairagya. Ashtavakra means Vairagya. Okay, then path to liberation. अरे, वो तो पतंजलि है. Guaranteed path to enlightenment. Cannot be both, right? फिर what else? Guaranteed path. Guaranteed path to joy. Okay, then Ashtavakra is know yourself and realize your potential. That is Ashtavakra. Who are you? Realize your potential. You got unlimited potential. Realize it. This is Ashtavakra. अभी करोगे कि नहीं अष्टावक्र? झक मार के करोगे. Who are you? Realize your potential. This is Ashtavakra. We did Ashtavakra also from the point of view of physics, by God. It was so much fun. Ask people. All these guys who are smiling, they are all these physics of pranayama knowledge series wale log. It has become, one of the sharing was that Ashtavakra was a story for me. But once we did the session, it became something you could hold on to. It was not just a story. There are so many practical things every day that we can take from Ashtavakra discourse that Guruji has given. And then you don't have to remember stuff. It just happens. It just happens. So this is also available. And I will show you the QR code. You can scan it and you can get to the page where you can get access to the links. Okay, Ashtavakra is done. Now comes the most important one. Narad Bhakti Sutras. Now tell me, what is Narad? Devotion, love. ठीक है. What else? आगे क्या सब लोग सो गए? It's too late in India. कितना हो गया? 9:30 तो बजा है. Love and fun. Okay. Path to know we are love itself. Okay. ऐसे सब किसी को बोलोगे, this is a path to know that you are love itself. You think that person is going to listen to Narad Bhakti Sutras? No chance. I'll tell you my thing about Narad Bhakti Sutras. कमबख्त तूने पी ही नहीं. कमबख्त. You have not even gotten intoxicated in love. You have not even drunk anything. तूने पी ही नहीं. अभी करोगे तुम लोग नारद भक्ति सूत्र झक मार के करोगे साले कि what do you mean? पी नहीं means? हाँ, come please learn Narad Bhakti Sutras. It is the ultimate joy. And if once you get that joy, you become drunk with it. And if you're not drunk with it, कमबख्त तूने पी ही नहीं है कि नहीं? Because you're not drunk with the joy. So we did Narad Bhakti Sutras. Also, by God, it was so difficult, but I put physics in Narad Bhakti Sutras also. It became so practical for people. And why I'm saying this is knowledge, unless it becomes practical and incorporated in your day-to-day life, is useless. That's the thing about knowledge. It is better you don't listen to it. Why I'm saying? Because if you don't make it practical, if you don't incorporate it into your day-to-day life, you will make obstacles in your head. You will make concepts in your head which become obstacles for your development on the path, which is why people's progress is very slow, because they have made concepts in the head. I am not the doer. I am not the doer does not apply to you, buddy. I am not the doer only applies to Janak. It does not apply to you. You are the doer right now. Only Janak, at the level of Janak, can you realize that you are not the doer. Yahin pe, this is where people stumble. When they listen to Ashtavakra, they say, yeah, I'm not the doer. Nobody. At your level, you are the doer. What happens is the rules that Guruji gives in these discourses don't apply to every level of person equally. Till you realize this, you will keep struggling with incorporating or understanding the knowledge series. Once you realize this, that some of those rules don't apply to you, then you will focus on the rules that do apply. And when you focus on the rules that do apply, the progress is so fast. But the problem is you don't even know which rules are applying and which rules are not applying. For that, the interpretation of physics is very important, because physics is just like spirituality. There is classical physics and then there is quantum physics. So there is base level spirituality and then there is high level spirituality. And they are parallel lines. There is no conflict. Classical physics and starting level of spirituality, the rules are the same. They apply both sides. Afterwards, as you progress a little bit more, when you go to the smaller and smaller and smaller, the classical becomes quantum. So what happens? When the classical becomes quantum, what happens? You lose precision. Precision transforms into probabilistic. And the way transforms into potentialities on the spiritual side. Once you recognize that, then you know that some rules that are applicable for some advanced practitioners of spirituality are not applicable to the lower people. And Patanjali is clearly saying that. The problem with Patanjali is it is going backwards. He's giving the highest graduate level knowledge first. And most people who are listening to Patanjali think कि यार ये तो बहुत difficult है. Abhyasa Vairagya, it's the most difficult thing to do. Abhyasa Vairagya. If you understood what the meaning of Abhyasa and Vairagya is, it is very difficult to do that. Because that rule is not for you, buddy. That rule is for the advanced meditator. He comes to the other rules later on in the chapters, which are for the distracted mind people. So the first rule of Abhyasa Vairagya is for the stable mind people. Then comes the distracted mind people. All of us are distracted mind people. So those rules are applicable to us. The Abhyasa Vairagya rule is not applicable to us. Then there are people who are completely not even distracted mind. They are what I call the dull and the restless. For the dull and the restless people, he gives another set of rules. If you guys do this first, then you will come to the distracted mind, then you do this. Then you come to the settled mind, then you do this. And when you follow this path, enlightenment is guaranteed. The problem is we are on the wrong side of the path. You think this rule is applicable to you when it is not. So you're struggling. It's not very complicated. If I can understand, anybody can understand. I have explained it. So go and read it on your own time. So, when is knowledge knowledge and not information? What is the difference between information and knowledge? क्या फर्क है? इंफॉर्मेशन और नॉलेज में क्या फर्क है? Experiences and awareness. Okay. See, if something does not change your life, even by a little bit, change doesn't mean completely make it ulta pulta. No, change can be a little bit of change. If it does not make any change to your life, then it is just information. For example, I give you an example. There are these particles called tachyons. Now, tachyons travel faster than the speed of light. What? Yeah, tachyons travel faster than the speed of light. So to slow the tachyons down to the speed of light requires infinite energy. It is completely ulta of what Einstein is saying. But tachyons are born like that. They travel faster than the speed of light and they are going backwards in time. And the moment I realized this, I was very happy. I said, wow, this is amazing. And I went to my office and I told my boss, Charlie, you know that tachyons travel faster than the speed of light and they're going backwards in time. And he says, Sandeep, that's really amazing, but how does that change my life? I said, that's correct. It does not do a damn thing to your life. It is just information. You cannot use this at all in your life. So then is it knowledge or is it just information? It is just information. When you listen to knowledge or when you are living in your day-to-day life, notice the things that are making a change to your life. That is knowledge. Knowledge doesn't have to come from a person in a white shawl and with a black beard, or in this case, a joker with a jumpsuit and a chashma. No, knowledge doesn't have to come from any of this. Knowledge can come from any source. If it makes a change in your life, that is knowledge. Does it make sense? There's a difference between information and knowledge. Most people are sitting in front of Guruji to get information. Now that most people includes all of you guys also. You're just getting information. कि यार ये cool thing गुरुजी ने बोला वो पकड़ के रखता हूँ. How is it going to change your life, dude? If it's not going to change your life, forget about it. He's not talking to you at that point. Whenever I listen to Guruji, I ask the question, कि यार, is this making sense to me? Is this part of my experience? पहले तो. If it's not part of my experience, I will never understand it. So you have to actively see whenever knowledge is being given by anybody. Doesn't mean Guruji, doesn't mean me, doesn't mean Abhishek, can be anybody. You have to ask this question, ki, is this somewhere I have already experienced it? Once you find that hook of experience, you can never forget the knowledge because it's already in your experience. Why people forget knowledge is because they don't have that hook. They don't link it to the experiences that they have already had. Why? Because they're not paying attention to the experiences that they are having. Have you seen an Art of Living talks? Suppose I come on the talk and say, how's everybody? Show me, is everybody good? Like this. Dekha hai ki nahi? Life doesn't have to be like this. Life can be like this. Life is equally fine like this. There is nothing wrong with this. How's everybody? Show me 2 thumbs up. Dude, I'm not 2 thumbs up. I'm 2 thumbs down. Abhi bol. Be okay with it, yaar. Life doesn't have to be like this. Life can 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 be anything. They are all equal. But we make it a big drama. Ki, oh, everything is good. You're doing the Sudarshan Kriya. Kya ukhad liya be Sudarshan Kriya karke? There are people in the outlands of Africa who are more happy than all of the Art of Living people combined. And they don't do a damn Sudarshan Kriya. They don't do Sudarshan Kriya.
Here's what I found.
Now Siri is also finding something. So, knowledge is everywhere. ये सब भ्रम निकाल दो अपने mind में से, because these are just obstacles for your own progress. There are people who are equally happy who are doing Sudarshan Kriya. There are people who are equally happy who are not doing Sudarshan Kriya. Sudarshan Kriya is not the catch-all of everything. Sudarshan Kriya is a systematic way of progressing on the path that Patanjali has given. If you want to be on the path, you have to do the Sudarshan Kriya. Why? Because Sadhana Pad is part of the instruction set. And the Sadhana Pad comes from the instructions of the Guru. But the path of Patanjali is not the only path to enlightenment. There are other paths. So don't look down on those other paths. Don't bring everybody to your path. There's no reason. Not everybody in the world has to do Sudarshan Kriya, by the way. Let me tell you this. Not everybody in the world. Don't go out as a used car salesman saying, enroll, enroll, enroll. Right, show. Stop it. If your life is not at a level that people will say, yeah, I want what this guy has, they're not going to enroll on the course no matter what you tell them. This is knowledge. Stop enrolling people. Recognize that there are multiple paths to enlightenment. The sadhana pad is one path. It's just one of the multiple. Have you watched the movie? I forgot. Gods Must Be Crazy. Have you watched the movie Gods Must Be Crazy? Dude, those guys are enlightened. Those people in the sub-Saharan Africa are enlightened. They've not done Sudarshan Kriya. Recognize this. Because in the Shiv Sutras, it says very clearly, we are going to start the Shiv Sutras series from tomorrow, by the way. If you want to join, you can join. In the Shiv Sutras, one of the sutras is very clear. Knowledge is bondage. तुमको लगता है knowledge is liberating? No, knowledge is bondage. I'll tell you a practical example. You want me to tell you a practical example of knowledge is bondage? Suppose you go, let's say you're a star organizer of the Art of Living, let's say. You go to a new city. Is it easy to organize a course in a new city than in your own city? Tell me, which is easier? It is always easier to organize in a new city. Why? Because in your own city, you have knowledge of stuff that does not work. In the new city, you don't know what's going to work, what's not going to work. You're free. The knowledge of your previous experience is binding you. This is what is coming from the Shiv Sutras. We're going to start tomorrow. Shiv Sutra series. four Saturdays. You watch Guruji's talk on the Art of Living app, and then you come on the discussion session. What time is it? 7 p.m. I think. 7 p.m. on Saturdays.
Indian
Starting
time
tomorrow.
or
Indian time. 7 p.m. India time. Yeah, because it's 7 p.m. India time will be 9:30 a.m. for me here. So
हिंदी में बोलेंगे क्या?
गुजराती में भी बोलेंगे, कुछ प्रॉब्लम
हाँ,
नहीं.
बोलना गुजराती में पण बोलજો.
गुजराती में पण बोलશે. चलो તમે register करो. ठीक है? Okay. So anyway, so knowledge is bondage also. Recognize that. When does knowledge become not bondage? When it becomes part of your experience. When it becomes part of experience, then knowledge is liberating. Till it becomes part of your experience, knowledge is bondage. That's the thing about knowledge. Abhishek, तुमको समझ में आ रहा है अभी 3 dots क्यों डाला था? Because it's unending. This topic you can talk about for hours. The ultimate crowning of all the knowledge is bhakti. Bhakti is not easy, by the way. Bhakti is elementary. What? Yeah, I'm saying bhakti is elementary. Elementary does not mean easy. Elementary means nothing more is required to fully understand it except an extremely high level of intelligence. That is the meaning of elementary. What is the meaning of elementary? No additional information is required to understand this except a high degree of intelligence. This is what Narad is doing in the Bhakti Sutras. Patanjali is coming from outside in. He's saying how to work in the outside world, how to do this, how to do the yogasanas, how to do the pranayama, how to do all this. He's coming from outside in. What is he coming outside in for? Because he wants to remove the vrittis that are on the chitta, those scratches. He wants to remove them. So he's coming from outside in. Narad, on the other hand, is coming from inside out. He said, I'm going to change your thinking itself. Narad is the implementation of classical Patanjali as quantum physics. It is amazing how Narad works. Narad is quantum thinking. Patanjali is classical thinking. Both are required. Because at some point in time, when Patanjali is coming in, the classicalness dissolves and starts becoming probabilistic. It starts becoming quantum, which is when you need bhakti. Need kya? Aayega. At that time, bhakti will come automatically. You don't need it. It will happen. Narada has set it up like that. And then it comes from inside out as a quantum, and the veils of vrittis are removed, and then enlightenment is guaranteed. It's so simple. You make it very complicated. Very simple. You have to understand it. That's it. That's what it means. Here, this is what Narad actually does.
अरे झूठ तो कहते नहीं है लोग कोई, ये प्यार से बढ़कर नहीं है रोग कोई, चलता नहीं है दिल दे के यारो इस दिल पे जोर कोई, इस रोग का नहीं है इलाज दुनिया में और कोई, तो गाओ ओ शांति Shanti, Shanti, Om.
Did you ever think that Om Shanti Om will be an introduction to Narad Bhakti Sutras? It is completely that. He's showing you. Why do you say Shanti 3 times? It's a Shanti mantra. Do you know why you say Shanti 3 times? Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 3 times you say Shanti, right? Q. Because that Shanti, the lack of perturbedness, has to be established in the 3 spaces: the inner space, the outer space, and the ethereal space. When the Shanti gets established in the inner space, outer space, and ethereal space, only then the true nature of bhakti can be seen. You don't do it just randomly like that. Vibrations have to be dampened at each level. We talk about this in the physics version of Patanjali. We talk about friction and vibration and all this other stuff that you can actually understand. Once you understand this, then I tell you, you become unshakable. Because now it's in you. The experience, the hook of experience of knowledge is firmly established inside of you. And once bhakti is established, then it just becomes like this. You'll find love everywhere. If knowledge doesn't bring you to this level of finding love everywhere in everything, कम वक्त तूने पी ही नहीं, है ना? We can all come there. If I can come there, everybody can come there. I've given the whole technique. It's there, available. You can register yourselves. It's at your own pace you have to learn. Nobody can force it. So these talks that I've made available are part of a fundraiser for the World Culture Festival. You know what the World Culture Festival is happening in America? You know that, right? In September of 2023. तुम लोग आ रहे हो कि नहीं आ रहे? I'm personally inviting you. You come to DC. I'll make sure you have a place to stay. That's on me. Okay. But there's a lot of money required. It's a very expensive country. So a lot of money is required for the World Culture Festival. So my commitment to Guruji was, he looked at me and says, what will you do? I said, Guruji, I will raise $500,000. $500,000 I'm going to raise for World Culture Festival. It will happen. Don't worry. It's such a big number that I can't even think how it will happen, but it will happen. One of the things that we are doing is making these talks available so that people like yourselves can watch them and benefit from the knowledge series. Okay. So here, let me see if I can. I don't know if I can share screen, but let's see. Okay. Okay, here. Can you see this? No, I don't think so. Something wrong here. Can you see this or no? something goji here. Hang on. Let me screen share. Here, this one. Oh, can you see this? Yeah. So this is the knowledge series. You can take a photo of this, or we can put it. I'll send it to Abhishek. I don't know how you will get it, but copy this URL. This is the most important part. This one, tiny.cc/pop-knowledge series. Somebody can put it in the chat. Maybe then people can copy it. But so here, all those physics-based talks, everything. So we did Patanjali, Ashtavakra, Narad, and Ishavasya Upanishad. This is the thing on infinity.
I will put it in the description box of this YouTube.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So yeah, so go there, sign up. I mean, if you want to. I'm not forcing you to do anything. But if you want knowledge to become fun, if you want to experience the kambakt to hi nahi level of knowledge, then listen to it. Once a month, we have discussion sessions also, where you can come, and if you have some questions that were not answered in the discussion session, then we do live Zoom Q&A. So all of this stuff is done. But mainly, this knowledge series is a fundraiser for World Culture Festival. And the target is, don't worry about the target. We'll get the target. There are other things we are doing also. Maybe I'll tell you. One of the things I'm doing is creating a master class for pranayama. It's called the Pranayama Masterclass. For $400, we will teach 4 pranayams in 15-minute segments, and they'll be empowered for the rest of their life. And you don't have to be the art of living person. Anybody on the planet can do this. So the Chopra Foundation, they approached me saying, they watched the physics of pranayama, and then they said, can you do a session for our guys? This is the Deepak Chopra Foundation. So that's when I got the idea that if the Chopra Foundation guys want something on pranayama, I will create a session called Pranayama Masterclass. So I went to Guruji, he says, you're going to do it? I said, yeah. He said, okay, done. Approved. So it was approved like that. Now the hard part comes, because now I have to catch hold of Kashi and make him speak, and catch hold of somebody else and make him speak. And catching hold of art of living people is very difficult. They're very slippery guys. I know. I'm one of them. So anyhow. So this is happening. So part of the 500,000 will come from the Pranayama Masterclass. Part of it is going to come from here. And the physics of pranayama are already available on Udemy. So people who are not on the app can also buy the physics of pranayama on Udemy. And part of the funds will come from there. So we will get 500,000. I have no doubt about that. So if you feel motivated after listening to this thing about knowledge, that yeah, I wish I was part of the physics series of Patanjali or the physics series of Ashtavakra. It's not very complicated physics, by the way. It's very simple stuff. But I make it practical. So it becomes useful in day-to-day life. Okay. So yeah, somebody put the link there. Abhishek, if you can put it in the description on YouTube, that'll be awesome. And send it to your mailing list, whatever. So yeah, anything you can do to help World Culture Festival. And if anything I can do to help your journey to the world, let me know. If you need help with, I don't know, something. There is a whole frequently asked questions list that is circulating. I think Sumit, you can send it to Abhishek, who can send it to everybody. The thing for the World Culture Festival. I hope you're coming. I mean, there is invitation letters, format for visa. So you can go to the website and get all that information. You can start applying for the visa, because it's going to take a long time. If you're planning to come, please come. Okay, good. Anything else? Any questions?
Bhaiya, do you believe in blessing, luck, and something like that? Because I guess this part, was left, because many people feel like, okay, if there is some kind of a grace, things will automatically be done.
Yes. Blessings work, but blessings work only in certain situations. So what are the situation? The situation is that the blesser, the person who is blessing, the primary requirement for that blessing to work is contentment. Santusht, that person has to be contented. If that person is not contented, the blessing will not get transmitted in an undistorted manner. Which is why when older grandparents, etc., are blessing, they are coming from a space of contentment. They don't have to be taken the blessings course. They have taken the life course. And they are coming from space of contentment. So from that space, when you give any intention to the universe that may this happen, it will happen like that. Yeah. And at one level, there is grace. And at one level, there is no grace. But that's a very complicated topic. So we will talk about that separately. But yes, blessings do work. Yes.
And yeah, एक चीज जो ज्यादातर लोगों के मन में क्वेश्चन रहता है, because there are so many things that you have talked about, ये तो सेशन चलता ही रहेगा. So इसमें like people are walking in the spiritual path, and there are so many people who are walking in different spiritual paths.
Yeah.
And someone is not doing anything, like they are like already happy.
Yeah.
But not getting another birth, generally it's a tendency कि अगर मुझे ये सर्कल का एक बाईपास निकालना है, लाइफ दैट का, तो उसके लिए आई नीड टू हैव दैट नॉलेज कि ओके, आई नो आई डोंट नीड, इफ आई विश टू कम देन ओनली आई विल कम. So that can happen without a master, or master is 100% required to get that knowledge.
So it's a complicated question. Okay. So for most people, for the large majority of people, you need a facilitator. So you need a master or a guru. Guru is required. But that's not a sufficient condition. So sometimes it is a necessary condition. You need a guru, but it's not a sufficient condition. Even if you have a guru, you might not lead to the point where the circle is broken. You'll keep coming back. Just because you have a guru doesn't mean anything. What is important is to recognize the tattva behind the guru. There are some people who can tap directly into the tattva, and they don't need the physical form of the guru, because they already tapped into the tattva of the guru. It's called field. In physics, it's called fields. So electron is not an electron as thing, it's a vibration of an electron field. So there's a Higgs field. And then the Higgs field is, excited state of the Higgs field is this God particle called the Higgs boson. And it's very complicated. But when the electron field goes through the Higgs field, there is a frictional interaction with the Higgs field. And the nature of that frictional interaction is what gives the electron its mass. All that stuff. So there is a tattva of the guru field. I mean, not tattva, but the guru field is called the guru tattva. And you can tap into the guru tattva. It's very easy to tap into guru tattva. Not very easy, but it's possible. When by some occurrences, maybe it is life occurrences or because of your past so many zillion births, whatever, there will be a point where the noise in the mind completely stops. Just, and at that point, if the awareness is on, you will catch onto the one tattva, which is the guru tattva. You will catch it. And at that point, you're enlightened. You've broken the circle. So there are some people who have transitioned like that also. Guruji tells the story of this guy where he heard a gunshot sound, and at that point his mind became completely blank, and he got the tattva and done. He didn't have a guru, nothing. So there are ways to do that, but usually to catch the tattva, you need the physical form of the guru, because we are so idiotic. I mean, our mind is so messed up. So for us, we need guru. He will say, "Oh, sit down, do this 3-stage pranayama business," and everything, every single thing the guru is telling you is what I call the principle of indirect action. यानी तुम कर कुछ रहे हो कुछ और ही रहा है. You don't even know what the heck is happening. You think this is happening, but something else is happening, which is why the sadhana pad is given by the guru. And the reason you don't move from one path to the other path or the other path, let's say there are multiple spiritual paths, the problem is that all the gurus are not teaching you the alphabet in the same order. Somebody is starting at A, B, C, D, somebody is starting at H, I, J, K, L, M, and they will come back to A, B, C, D later. So you don't know at what point he has started. They will cover the whole alphabet, but you don't know where you have started. So if you start from A, B, C, D and said, I'm going to go to here, and they're already at H, you say, what the heck? You will not understand a goddamn thing. So then you'll have to go confuse H, and then you'll go some. It's just, this is why you don't change paths. You stay with one, so you learn the whole alphabet. Otherwise, you just get confused. So yeah, so the short answer to your question is, for large majority of people, a physical guru is required. Yes.
And I guess भैया in this lifetime, इस सेशन में से भी जो लोग देख रहे हैं, like 60 means many people on YouTube and 39 people on Zoom, इसमें से कुछ लोग ब्रेक कर पाए इस साइकिल को. I wish so.
हो जाएगा for sure.
Yes. And जो भी लोग देख रहे हैं, बहुत सारे लोग कमेंट्स में लिख रहे हैं कि डिस्क्रिप्शन में नहीं है. So once this session gets over, then I will put it in the description. You can check it after 5 minutes. You will find that thing in the description box. और हो सके तो मैं कमेंट सेक्शन में भी डाल दूंगा. कमेंट सेक्शन में आपको कल मिलेगा, क्योंकि the whole night the video gets completely uploaded. So you can get it in the comment section till tomorrow morning. And इस सेशन को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों तक शेयर कीजिए. And this you can share with everyone. And मैं ये inverted commas में बोलता हूँ everyone, तो आप लोग समझ ही गए होंगे. So you can share with maximum people. And do subscribe this channel, because संदीप भैया जब दोबारा आए तो आपको पता चल जाए. और जो सब्सक्राइब नहीं करने का सोच रहे, वो लिंक में क्लिक कर दीजिए, ताकि संदीप भैया जब नेक्स्ट सेशन ले रहे हैं शिव सूत्र का, तो आपको पता चल जाए, और you can listen to these courses. And wonderfully said, we need to apply knowledge, but for my personal benefit मैं बोलूंगा कि you need to just supply this knowledge also, ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को पता चले. So ये मेरे लिए कर देना. बाकी आप भैया के वर्ड्स को ध्यान रखिएगा. And संदीप भैया, it was, जब भी आप आते हो, there's a different, complete new dimension which opens up. And this time also it's happened the same. और सत्वा टॉक्स is like, आपके बगैर थोड़ा सा incomplete लगता है. And today you are here, we are feeling so nice. संदीप भैया जाने से पहले any last words?
No, just keep it light. So if you take one thing away from my sessions, is that if it becomes heavy, then you have to remember that story of that master. Is the boulder heavy? The boulder is heavy only if you have to lift it. You don't have to lift knowledge. Absolutely not. Never. Okay. But come on the Shiv Sutra session starting tomorrow. I posted the link in the chat. I don't know if you got it. Did I post it? Yeah. tiny.cc / ss-0823. Yeah. So it's there in the chat. You can take it. It makes it so once the knowledge becomes easy, not easy, once the knowledge becomes linked to an experience that you have, you never forget it. That's what I learned the hard way. I mean, I wish somebody had told me this, I don't know, 20 years ago. But I've been struggling for 20 years trying to figure it out. And eventually the light bulb dawned and I said, okay, this is what it means. So then I'm sharing it. You don't have to agree with whatever I'm saying. In fact, it's better you don't agree because then you'll be more free. You tend to agree with me, then you get caught up in knots because I will ask you some data questions here and there and you'll say, ah. Then you'll realize you've not understood a damn thing. It just become information. So that information, please translate it into knowledge. There's a difference between information and knowledge. Recognize that. Knowledge is coming from everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. This rubber band on my desk has so much knowledge that it has to offer. You know, and we talk about rubber band also in physics of pranayama. Not physics, in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So we talk about everything. So that's my blog, a little something about everything. You know. So go watch it. 90 seconds video. Hopefully you learn much things. Okay, chalo, that's it I have. Anything else? You have my contact information. Just share people my WhatsApp number if they want any questions or whatever. So
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It was really nice. मैं तो जस्ट एक भैया आजकल थोड़ी शायरी करना स्टार्ट किया हूँ मैं.
करो.
हाँ, तो मैं एक शायरी बोल के एंड करूंगा. आप चाहे चले जाओ कोई भी कॉलेज, कहीं नहीं मिलेगा आपको ऐसा नॉलेज. सो आप ये सेशन इसलिए देखते रहिए. सो ये दिस इज लाइक लिटिल बिट आई डू प्रो नहीं हुआ हूँ अभी मैं इसमें.
अच्छा है लेकिन एक बात बोलूं मैं. है दम अगर इबादत में, if there is strength in your prayer, है दम अगर इबादत में तो मस्जिद को हिला के दिखा. है दम अगर इबादत में तो मस्जिद को हिला के दिखा, वरना आ मेरे पास बैठ, 2 घूंट पी और मस्जिद को हिलता देख.
Wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and sharing this.